I'm Mike and welcome to my Allotment UK.
I have learned a new word this month from the weatherman, subaqueous. This defines a soggy start to October over a month's rain received during the last 4 days.
We've had a few good days on the plot in between the frequent rain showers. Some of them been quite violent, so it's been dodging in and out, sheltering and then out, because there's a lot to do. My main task this week is still, as the previous weeks, is getting the plot ready for autumn, and there's an awful lot of clearing that's got to be done, and the main task really is clearing the paths. Now I'd like to mention something about the paths. As you know, I've got raised beds, and one of the minuses with the raised bed is that you lose a lot of growing area due to the paths, because you've got to work around them. But that's compensated by the ease that a over 70-year-old has in getting round the garden. But if you compare my layout, say, with a traditional layout, they really get their plots to a maximum. Now the way I made my paths, I'm taking a closer look. I started doing the paths this way for about 6 years. Not all of them are 6-year-old, but the wood chippings that's on the top, some of it is, but most of it's around about the 3 to 4-year-old, and it starts to rot. And I've laid it over a membrane called, I mean, you've seen these membranes before. They're not weed preventive, they're weed control membranes. The weeds still get through. In particular, the one weed that seems to bury its way through is couch grass. And if you look at bed 3, which is closer to the footpath, there's plenty of couch grass in that footpath there. It doesn't get treated and it tries to invade into the plot. And bed 3, the raised bed, was constructed of pallets, and I can tell you that the pallets are useless, and they've all rotted, and they've formed no barrier at all for the couch grass roots to push their way through. They're quite strong, quite sharp, and powerful. And bed 3 now is infested. And I don't know much about the science of couch grass, but it seems to have its own level underneath the ground. It doesn't seem to go past the level that I've got here. And it goes in and it's searching. Now, while you're growing things and you're doing the weeding, it knows not to cut, or if it comes up, it gets weeded out. And so it continues on till it finds somewhere where it's left alone. And that's where the paths are. And over time, it gradually puts up its roots and bores its way through the membrane. And that's what I'm getting rid of. Now, the wood chip rots away and produces a really fine and nutritious mulch or compost on the top, which a lot of people will scrape up and they will put onto the beds. And I've been thinking about doing this, but the problem with that, with the wood chip, when it's turned into mulch, it's a perfect bed for oncoming seeds of weeds. Not only the weeds, but flowers as well. Poppies will take root in it, and so will calendula. Now, I have to admit, I encourage the calendula because of the effect they have on the cabbage white butterflies. But at this time of year, I'm afraid they've got to go. So it's a steady working through, sheltering, working through. Okay.
Well, this is what I've been doing this week. Not a productive week due to the weather. We're not complaining, the rain is what we wanted and it's what we got. The main effort this week was to cut back sweet corn stalks and husks before the rains came and get them bagged up, because I don't want them all soggy and wet for the shredder. The rain came in fits and starts at first, so I did try a bit of bed preparation, but soon had to shelter in the polytunnel as the rain came down with a vengeance. We are sheltering in the polytunnel and I cleared up my seed-sown onions for the kitchen. A task that has been outstanding, and now it's a good time to do it. A bit disappointed at the number of onions turning soft, but a number have been cleaned and are okay. Started clearing at the south end of the path, most of which was the self-sown calendula. This was one of the first of the paths laid, and the woodchip has now become well composted. A task for the future is to relay the weed control fabric and apply fresh woodchip, but for now the path must be cleared, composted woodchip separated from the dross and respread. Bed 3 is also long overdue for a dose of horse manure, of which I've had some for some time now, deposited and rotting away at the main entrance. It's in the way and requires removing nearer to where it's needed. I'm working up a bit of a sweat here, so it's time to take the coat off. Friday is hoeing and weeding day, plus any required harvesting. Beetroot is still providing well for the kitchen table. About a third of the crop has been harvested, which succession sowing has worked to date.
This video is my first use of the lighting system I got for my birthday, and I'm just trying out and seeing the difference between the one spotlight to the two spotlight using just one switch on the light. Test 2. My conclusion is there's no difference. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a boring subject, it is pulling up weeds, but if you did like it, a thumbs up would be nice. But what I would really like is some comments. So please comment, and to get notification of further uploads, I ask you and remind you to just ring that bell. But what I'll say for now is take good care of yourselves, and bye.